Chris Kettle with just a simple question that you might consider when looking to get a flat stomach here in the new year. Is the office killing your abs? Now, one of the greatest requests that I receive from people around the turn of the new year is a flat stomach, a nice defined midsection. While most people employ sit-ups and crunches for this purpose, you know, the effects of sitting in an office chair all day literally put them in the wrong physical position to do so. I'm going to show you what I mean. When we're doing sit-ups and crunches, the idea is that we're working our abs by kind of bringing this in and bringing this whole area together. Right? That's assuming that everything is flat and nice in a straight line. What we often find, though, is when we're sitting down in this kind of forward flex position, the muscles in the front of our hips tighten up, and as a result, we get this kind of forward tilting of the pelvis where my gut is accentuated, my back is arched, and when I'm doing crunches, you know, at this point, I'm literally kind of working, just kind of exaggerating the front of my hips and working my lower back versus my stomach. All right, and a way that we can test for this is to do what's called a pelvic tilt test. All right, what I want you to do is just line your back. You're going to put your hand under the small of your low back, and really with this, if you can fit your hand pretty comfortably under your lower back, there's quite a defined arch there. Okay, then we know that anytime that you're doing crunches and different things like this, your lower back, your hips are taking the brunt of work versus your abs, all right? So this is my challenge for you, all right? Getting, the first step in really getting a flat stomach is just getting ourselves in the right position to do so, all right? So the first thing that we're gonna do is stretch out the muscle that's tight here, okay? So a stretch that I like for this purpose, we're going to take a box. You can certainly use your office chair. And what I want you to do, we're just going to put our back foot here on a step, lean forward till you feel a good stretch here in the down leg, and just hold for 30 to 45 seconds. All right, this is your hip flexor muscle. This is literally kind of tilting your pelvis back. So by stretching these two things out, this is kind of taking the brakes off of this muscle. All right, I'm just going to switch sides. Hit the other side real quick. Hold once again for just 30 to 45 seconds before core training or just during the day. All right, from there, the next step is to make sure that your abs are working. All right, when most people are holding in a plank and they don't feel it, I know that they don't really have the ability to tighten or utilize their abs. The next thing that we want to do, anytime that we're performing abdominal exercises, is tighten up your stomach like you're being punched in the gut. All right, when I'm poking in, we should feel a tightness here. Everything kind of tightens up together, so when I'm holding in a plank, I'm doing circuits, whatever it may be, this area is tight. All right, and that's called an abdominal brace. Luckily, this is a great exercise when we're just sitting here, you know, during the day. You can put your hands here, tighten your abs, release. Relaxing and contracting your abs in this fashion is a great way to flatten your stomach on command and really strengthen your abs during the day while you're working at your computer. Now the final step is what we call a dead bug regression, right? And this really is the key to your lower abs. Right? The main thing with this though is that we have to keep our backs pressed into the ground while we're doing this to get this effect. All right? So I'm going to lay on my back here, brace my abs, meaning I'm going to put my hands under my lower back here, make sure that I can press in, flatten against the wall, or flatten against the floor, feel my abs tighten, bring my feet up, and I'm just kicking out. Okay, initially, I'm just going to do about 10 on each side, attempting to maintain pressure here. All right, if I feel my back start to arch, I'm going to stop, come back down, reinitiate. All right, you should feel this in your stomach only. I can bring my feet up to make it easier. I can bring my feet closer to the ground to make it harder. But the key is that slow and controlled movement, pausing at the top, coming back, pausing at the top, coming back. All right, from here I can come down and rest for a second. I can throw in some arm movement, so I'm keeping my legs up here. I'm just moving my arms forward and back for 10. And then I can incorporate combinations together, like arms back with a kick out, arms to the side, feet together. Really the possibilities are endless, but the key is that you keep your back pressed into the ground. Make sure to do the hip flexor stretch first. Practice tightening your abs during the day. And the dead bug circuit is the key to good posture and to well-defined lower abs.